everybody, this is me, and in today's video I get to go and see a 5-star international show jumper who is a regular member on the Nations Cup team. She has won the Speed Derby and the Queen Elizabeth II Cup, and she is also a 4 times runner-up of the Hickster Derby. I'm sure there is a win in there soon, and she's also the current national champion. So I headed over to Nuttall Equestrian and got to go and ride and film with Harriet Biddick.
Hi!
Hello!
It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, and you.
Seems like Liverpool was such a long time ago now.
Do you want to come meet the horses?
Yeah, brilliant, let's go.
Okay, so in here we have Ferdy.
Oh,
He's a 5-year-old. He's very big, he's done a lot of growing.
Oh.
He's a new ride. He's owned by an England cricketer called Jamie Overton.
Oh, wow.
And yes, he's really sweet.
Yeah,
so
he
he's
seems
doing
like
his
such a sweetie.
Yeah, he's doing his first show this week. So he's got a big career ahead.
Yes.
You're going to sleep.
Oh.
And then in here is Thena. She again is a 5-year-old. She is owned by the Old Lodge stud. Very beautiful. She's just started her career, so she's just learning about being ridden and stuff like that. So she's got a long way to go, but we've got high expectation of you, don't we, Thena?
She looks gorgeous.
She is very pretty.
Hey.
Okay, so in here has been my lockdown projects.
Oh.
So these are all 5-year-olds, and they've come very untouched, not very, done very much. And as you can see, they're getting very used to it. They came they'd lived in a barn, quite feral, so it's been from March till now, really. And this is Nada. She's
hello.
a 5-year-old, and she went to her left the yard for the first time and went to a show that an arena that we hired locally, and was really good. She managed to load and do all the difficult things like that, but it all starts when you have ones that are young. You know, most of the time they haven't travelled very much. They don't really know what they're meant to be doing. So it's all a learning curve from there, really. Further down, we have Paige. She again is a 5-year-old. She was terrified of people, but she's got so much better, and she hopefully will come over all nice. Look, see? So again, she's learning. She's very little, but she's got a lot of fight. She's a mare, and I'm hoping that she'll be quite good. She looks like quite a good speed horse, so hopefully something for the Speed Derby or something like that in the future. And here is another 5-year-old, so she is very big. We've called her Millie. She's by Demont de Simile, which is a nice jumping stallion, and she is getting there. She's learning a bit more. She's a bit backward. Again, she hasn't actually been to a show yet, but she will be in the future, and they've all kept me very busy through lockdown.
She's got some beautiful dapples on her as well.
Yeah, and then over here is actually a 3-year-old. So when we start our ones, we actually start them a bit earlier, just to do a bit more with them, and just so they get a bit easier when they are 4 and 5 and they're a bit stronger. So she's only 3. She's been ridden away, really easy to break. So she's just going to do a bit more work this week and then go out in the field for a few months, do some more growing.
Yeah. So you have quite a few younger horses here as well. What tips would you give people for working with horses that are a little bit more green?
So for me, we've always produced our own. So in here actually is some of them are 8, some of them are 9. This is actually a loose barn. Not a typical way that a show jumper or any equestrian would keep their horses, but these guys we've had since they were 3 and 4. So we've produced them in a way that they did this from 3 or 4. I wouldn't put in some new horses in this barn like this, but these guys work well together. So I like my horses to be horses. I like it quite natural.
So true.
They're herd animals and stuff like that. So these guys live together, they live in the field together. They're just in here in the day just because it's quite hot today. So they're all different shapes and sizes. So here is Ash, who's doing a bit of sunbathing. He's a 9-year-old. He's been to the Sunshine Tour. He's hopefully going to be a very good one. He jumped some good 140s. And we've produced them being on a working farm. We're very lucky that there's a lot going on. There's tractors coming through. We can go out into an open field and they learn how to hack and see traffic. I think that's quite important for young horses to get out and see stuff, even if you struggle, just to keep working on the same thing and keep introducing new things to them. Then when you do get to a situation when they're older, they can take to it quite well. So yeah, these guys.
Oh.
So Charlie, he's very big.
Hello.
He's won a puissance actually just locally. So
amazing.
he jumps 140s normally. This is Logan, who's done a bit more cross country and stuff like that. He's a bit more of an all-rounder, and he's done a bit of everything. And then down here, Gump's on his own because he eats a different food to them, so he can't live with them. But I'm sure he'd love to.
Yeah.
But he'll be out in the field with them later, and he's going to be. I think he's going to be one of my good ones. He's 8 years old now. He's jumped a few international shows as a 7-year-old. He's done the Sunshine Tour. And I think he'll be good, but most people wouldn't expect them to live in this environment.
But I think that's so lovely because they've kind of all grown up together and I just think it's so nice because, horses like being in a herd they're going to go out in the field later.
And they are really calm. Like, if they get used to that environment of being in this situation, they cope with it really well and they trust each other.
Oh, they all seem so lovely. It's quite strange because this time, like today, we were both supposed to be at Hickstead, me with cameras, you with a horse. But no, thank you so much again for inviting me here today. It's been so fun seeing the horses.
So, to bring up Hickstead, this is a Touch Imperious who has been second in the Derby 4 times.
Oh my goodness.
So if he wants to show his face.
Hello, matey. I think he's having some hay at the moment.
He's been my dream horse at Hickstead. Hickstead's been a massive thing in my career, and Henry has been second in the Derby 4 times, and he's 16 now, and we hope that maybe next year we can keep going. Hey, mate? Maybes.
Oh, he's so cool.
Looking grumpy.
And then who's over here?
So this is Harley. So he is an ex-event horse. He's just learning a new career. So he's 8 years old. He's to sell on in the future, but a project for me to bring on as an eventer, as a show jumper. Yeah. He's doing really well. He's jumping clears 135, and he's been with me for a couple of months. So he's getting there, and I think he's got a very bright future.
Oh. And then over here.
So this is Silver Lift. So then again to talk about the Speed Derby and Hickstead, he's won the Speed Derby twice. Yes. He's been second numerous times as well, and he's my little speed pony.
Oh.
And then over here we have Galway Bay Jed, who has won the Queen Elizabeth Cup at Hickstead.
Oh, wow.
And so he's my one for the future, really. He's 12 years old now. He has been second in the Grand Prix at Liverpool. Yeah. He won a 150 class there this winter and at Horse Show.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, he's my top one.
Oh.
And behind here we have Knight of Glory, who is a little mare from Old Lodge. She's 9 years old. She won the opening class at Liverpool. She's tiny. She's got a lot of sass.
Yep.
Chestnut mare, but she's one for the future. I've just had the ride on her nearly for a year now. So we just got to know each other last year, and this year, hopefully, when we can get going, we can start doing a bit more.
How many hands is she?
I think she's only just 16 hands.
Oh, wow.
Only just. We say you're 16 hands, but you might be 15.3.
Oh.
But she has a lot of fire. She is on springs, so I'm very lucky to ride a horse like her. And behind you we have Carla. So she is a 9-year-old. She's one that for the future I think will be very good. She's just started jumping 145s, and she's been to Hickstead just in the September show, but you haven't quite been introduced to that yet. But I think she's one for the future. And she's very speedy as well.
Oh, amazing. Okay, Harriet, so the world is a little bit different to when I first met you back at Liverpool last year. So with lockdown, has your life really changed that much? Your sort of daily routine, or any of the horses that you would be riding now on a little bit of a holiday? Tell me a bit more about that.
So it's been quite different, a lot more time.
Yes.
Not running around so much, going to so many different shows and coming back and forth. So for us, the spring would be really busy. I'd be going to so many shows, travelling 3 days, and that's all really important. And then now suddenly I've just been at home, which is in a different way has actually really helped. So
Yeah.
the younger horses that I haven't had that much time to do, I've had a lot more time to do. So I can put my time into the 5-year-olds that were a little bit behind
Yeah.
or anything like that. So that's been quite nice. The older horses have had a break. Not that some of them needed a break, but it's nice for the horses to go out in the field. And when the weather has actually been as nice as what it's been
Yeah.
in lockdown, it's made it very, very easy as an equestrian rider to look after the horses well and turn them out in the field and let them have a bit of that spring grass.
So now I want to talk a little bit more about how you got into riding. Was it like horsey parents? Did you start in a riding school? What was your first pony like? Tell me a bit more.
So I was very lucky. My dad was into his show jumping when he was younger. My granny was a judge, so
Oh, wow.
show jumping was a big thing in our family. But then he also changed to a jockey, so he raced a lot. So I got brought up in the racing side. And I was lucky enough to have ponies. Dad always said to us, if we want to be a good rider, he thinks the best thing to start with is to learn how to show jump first, because it gives you lots of basics to anything, including dressage, because of the balance, and eventing especially. So we started just show jumping a few ponies. We produced some on the side, so to help afford it, we had some better ponies that were a bit older, and then we used to have some 5- and 6-year-olds, produce them and then sell them to some other people. So we were always doing projects. We were riding many different types of ponies, mostly Irish bred, from cobs to anything. So learned through variety when I was younger, and then I think I really kind of got the bug on ponies that I really enjoyed it. And then when I got to horses, I was lucky that I produced a few and had a few projects that turned into bigger and better things. A Touch Imperious I've had since a 5-year-old, so that's now over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So he was the most amazing horse, and he taught me so much, and he's one that I think gave me the bug to kind of want to be an international show jumper.
So obviously last year you had a very successful Hicksted. In your career so far, what would you say was your top win?
So it's difficult because I'd want to say win, but A Touch Imperious, I've been second in the Derby 4 times, so it's not really a win, but it was an amazing part of my career and it's really helped.
Definitely.
Like the Derby's been such a big thing for me. The Speed Derby was an amazing win for me on Silver Lift last year, yeah, I think the horses that I've got at this yard, we've produced ourselves, and when they win or any of them do well, it's a big kind of highlight, because I think all the work that everyone puts in, my dad, the girls that work here and stuff like that, it's really rewarding, and we've had them for a long time, so they are kind of our team.
Oh, amazing. So last year I was lucky enough to go on my little Connemara pony, Casper, to the top of the Hicksted bank. Obviously I did not go down it, but somebody who's done the Hicksted Derby quite a few times, how do you get your horses used to, going down a bank like that?
It's a really difficult one, the Hicksted bank, because it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So training wise, I've done less, not as steep, kind of brought it in and introduced a bank kind of style of sliding down a little bit and jumping off the end. But my bank that I would introduce would be a little slope with 3 poles at the bottom, and I'd jump the 3 poles at the bottom just on the floor, and then jump 2 strides to a 160 vertical. So I got used to going slowly and then jumping a big fence. I'm really lucky with the Touch Imperious that I don't train him for the bank. That's my training for the bank. He just took to it quite well. I did go to the Stockdales once actually to train a little bit, and they only have like a smaller one.
Yeah.
So I've always introduced it, but in a nice way, so they're not scared of it. I don't think I'd go straight down the Hicksted bank and introduce that, because I think you'd get more problems, because maybe they wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I've just introduced it in a nice way, and then when it's got to that moment, I just ask him nicely if he wants to go down there. Please go down there. You definitely don't want to tell them. You don't want to get to the top and give them a kick, because you don't want to jump off. So you need to let them decide to go down it. So I'm lucky with Henry that he's quite clever.
So with your top horses, when they're in full work, when they're doing competitions and things, how often do you jump them? Do you ever do like hacking with them, work on the flat?
So I'm really lucky here because we live on a working farm. So there's a lot going on.
Yes.
There's land to ride around. So the horses do get lot of varied work. They would hack quite a lot, probably once or twice a week. It depends if they've got shows. Sometimes their start of work they hack all the time. Canters I think are really important for the horses, so we've got like a hill that we canter them on and do like faster work to help build up their muscle a bit quicker, and also it gets them out into the open, and they love it. They think it's the best thing. Cantering up a hill, I don't know why, I wouldn't want to run up it, but they canter. And then work-wise jumping, we would grid them maybe once or twice a week depending on their fitness, and then do a bigger jump on them again once or twice a week. But it depends, if they need to get fitter, then they would grid twice a week and jump a bigger fence a few more times. And then if they were fit, say they've been to loads of shows, I might not jump them in between shows at all. It just depends what type of what workload they're on. But when we try to get them fit, we try and grid them, which is pole work or bounce work or a line of fences in a row a few times a week, just to help muscle stamina, and just get them stronger. So yeah, that's mainly what we do.
Oh, amazing.
Okay, so do you want to, should we go ride Silver Lift?
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Let's go.
So this is the Blue Infinite saddle from Voltaire Design. It's got all the technology inside to record everything that's going on below it, above it, all the motions. And yeah, it's really loose on their back. It has loads of flexion here, so they have so much room to move. So yeah, I'm really lucky to ride in one of these saddles.
Oh, brilliant. So here we have Silver Lift, the winner of the Speed Derby last year. And something very cute about him is that his stable name is actually Mickey. And as you guys know, I have a Mickey myself. So gotta love the Mickeys. So Harriet and I now are gonna go for a hack, and I'm gonna be riding him.
Well, look, they've come to see at the gate. Oh, and Henry's now out in the field.
Oh.
Oh, we've got Henry wants to join in with the filming as well. Mickey, come on. Look at him.
Oh, Harriet, thank you so much for allowing me to go on a little hack on Mickey here. It was so much fun.
No, absolutely my pleasure. He's such a little dude.
Yeah, he's so cool.
You enjoyed him.
Oh, good boy. Good boy. Oh, that was so much fun, guys. So Mickey now is going to go out into the field while Harriet is going to go and do some jumping. So let's go and see her in action.
If I could only fly, I would fly so high, I would kiss the sky. It'd be so, so right, so right, so right. If I could only fly, I would fly so high, I would kiss the sky. It'd be so, so right. So right, so right. Ooh.
He's like, oh, this is hard.
Alright everybody, so that was an absolutely incredible day with Harriet Biddick. It was so nice to get so close to her and the horses, especially these athletes when they're training as well. It was just phenomenal. Anyway, so I'm also going to be doing a giveaway over on my Instagram at @this_Esme. I'm going to be giving away 2 times Voltaire design saddle pads. So there's going to be 2 winners for a Harriet Biddick signed saddle pad here, and also a Harriet Biddick signed Voltaire cap. So if you'd like to be in the chance of winning and find out all the information about entering and things, then be sure to go and head over to the post over on my Instagram. Thank you so much everybody for watching today's video. If you're new or have not done so already, please like and subscribe, as it really does help me out and I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!